Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." For nearly 2 decades, CNBC-TV18, in partnership with the Schwab Foundation at the World Economic Forum and the Jubilant Bharatiya Foundation, have brought you stories of social entrepreneurs who are building impactful enterprises in India with the chief purpose of inclusive growth. Social Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 features 4 change agents who are pioneering breakthrough solutions that have the impact at scale in healthcare, community solutions led by Women for Climate Action, inclusive growth led by citizens as change makers. Now, they're changing the way services are delivered at the bottom of the pyramid through inventive use of technology and a grounds-up approach. And this year is particularly significant as the agenda of inclusive and sustainable growth has been India's top priority at the G20. Hello and welcome to Change Agents. I'm Shireen Bhan. India witnessed 788,000 instances of maternal deaths, stillbirths and neonatal fatalities in 2020, as reported by the WHO, UNICEF and UNFPA. Now, while the statistics present a somber picture, they also underscore the imperative for adopting new approaches to achieve different outcomes. Dr. Aparna Hegde, a specialist in urogynecology, established ARMMAN with the intention of bridging the systemic gaps within healthcare services catering to pregnant women and children. Using a tech plus touch approach, here's the ARMMAN story.
One day, Anita arrived in labor, convulsing with hypertension. When I opened her papers, I was shocked. It was my own handwriting. I had seen Anita in the 3rd month of pregnancy, but she never came back. I saw these stories play out daily. Women and children dying in the most horrific of circumstances. If only they had got the right information at the right time about how to take care of themselves and their children. And if only the health workers had been trained to be able to pick up the risk factors in time in the community itself. And given the scale of India's problems, it became very obvious to me that any solution I designed had to be community-based, but also scalable. ARMMAN focuses on the pre-hospital based care, both for the mother and the child, so that on the one hand, we inform women about the care to be taken during pregnancy and infancy so that they access care in time. And we train the health workers at every level of the health system to be able to give that kind of care early enough using mobile health solutions. Our services on the health information side include Mitra, our flagship program, and the program that we run in collaboration with the Government of India called Kilkari. We've reached 40 million women and their children in 20 states of India through these programs. Both Mitra and Kilkari are free voice call services that send timed and targeted preventive care information directly to the phones of the enrolled women. Both solutions have language preference. It's a missed call system. The woman can give a missed call to listen to the message that she's missed. And we also have a call center for any query that a woman may have. And now we're moving on to a fit for purpose approach where, based on the technology access and based on the degree of need, we have targeted approaches so that we are able to reach the last mile of the last mile. Our goal in the next 5 years is not only to reach 70 million women and their children through our voice calling and fit-for-purpose approach solutions, but we also want to reach around 10 million equity encumbered women and children. We have a program called Mobile Academy that we run in collaboration with the Government of India for the ASHA workers, the frontline health volunteers in every village of the country. And right now the program runs in 17 states of India. We've reached around 325,000 ASHAs. Currently, Mobile Academy is voice-based, but because now most ASHAs have access to smartphones, we'll be moving on to WhatsApp-based and smartphone-based solutions. And up the ladder are the nurses, the medical officers, and the specialists. Now here we have a solution called Integrated High-Risk Pregnancy Management Program that's running in the whole of Telangana currently and has now moved to Andhra Pradesh and will be moving to other states shortly. In this program, firstly, we've created high-risk pregnancy protocols with algorithmic color-coded, extremely detailed protocols for every level of the cadre. And now we're doing training of almost 9,500 nurses, 1,500 medical officers and 350 specialists in these protocols. eventually we want to have a system where a Kilkari Mobile Academy and Integrated High Risk Pregnancy Management Program are working in a particular state where the database is talking to each other. We also have partnership with Google and Harvard, where we create AI-based models for improved program efficiency and improved impact of and outcomes. For example, we already built a model with the help of Google and Harvard, where we can predict at the time of enrollment itself which woman is likely to drop out of the program, so that we can get her back into the system. It took me 5 years to get the first funding for ARMMAN, also because of the fact that scalable solutions are created by big multilateral agencies. It is pretty rare for homegrown Indian NGOs to build large-scale solutions. One thing that really astounded me is the fact that information is empowerment, and the empowerment is intergenerational.
While climate change impacts everyone, it does not impact everyone equally. Vulnerability stems from factors like gender, ethnicity, and low income, impacting almost 200 million in South Asia's informal settlements, as per the UN. Effective climate solutions must address these realities. Women's inclusion, given their local expertise, is vital for impactful climate action. The Mahila Housing Trust Women, through community-based organization, driving responsible urban development conversations by empowering impoverished women to lead. Mahila Housing Trust invests in collective action. Let's take a look.
We started Mahila Housing Trust in the year 1994. We actually started talking to a lot of poor women in the informal sector. They were functioning from their homes and their economy was dependent on it, but they did not have access to good house, to water, to sanitation, electricity at their doorstep, which was legal. A lot of the loans that these women were also taking from Seva Bank and from other informal sources were going towards improving their housing. And so we understood that their housing is their productive asset, and if it improves, then their economic productivity improves. And therefore, we decided we would start working on habitat improvement. What we do is from the entire slum settlement, one woman representing each household would become our member. They would come together to form a community-based organization. They would discuss amongst themselves, and then they would elect a group of 11 to 15 women from within them to represent their interests and their welfare to the government, to the private sector, and for that matter, any other individual who would help them get access to better water or legal electricity. Also access the government schemes for better housing. So these community action groups then get trained with support from MHT on what could those schemes be, how to access scheme of the government. So for example, there were about 129 households living in a slum, sewage which kept overflowing, with every monsoon, rooftops will be leaking. So Mahila Housing Trust went there and informed them of the scheme, what you call the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, where they would get the houses on a as-is, where-is basis on the same plot. So we had to then negotiate with the community action groups and the developer so that, before, they vacated the plot for construction, they would get maximum rent from the developer. They will be ensured legal documentation so they get the housing once it was completed. Now they have got this very good 7-floor apartment. So I think it's a huge legal asset building in the name of the women. Due to excess heat, women lose around 1.5 to 2 hours of productive working hours every day. So with this in mind, we have been working in all 36 cities on issues of heat. One of the very big program we have been taken ahead is that of is a cool roof program. Then we deployed various cool roof solutions like bamboo roofs or what we call mod roofs or heat resistant paints. Mahila Housing Trust has actually established for-profit savings and credit organizations where poor women are the shareholders, they are the investors, and they save. And it is from their pool of shareholding and savings we then give out loans. So they get paid interest on their savings. They also have to pay interest on the loans. Almost 100,000 women till now have availed these financial services. We have almost worked and improved the lives of 1.7 million people, and we hope to reach another 1.7 million directly till about 2027. If collectives of women are actually given the technical knowledge, the skills and the negotiation power to work with governments and with the private sector, they are able to improve not only their habitats but also come out of vicious cycle of poverty.
Dr. Hegde and Bijal wish you the very best of luck. We will head into a break, but when we return, the power of storytelling and a man who's revolutionizing healthcare in India. That and more when we return. You're watching the Social Entrepreneur of the Year 2023.